Live from the Base Room Studio 2.0 in Seattle, Washington, this is the Podworms Spacecast. The Podworms are 7 lifelong friends who, like a slide whistle, have their ups and downs, but are guaranteed to provide comic relief. Welcome to the Spacecast. Well, hey everybody, and welcome back to the Podworms Spacecast. Excited to bring you another week of content here on the show. And let me introduce to you the Podworms we've got in the room with us today. We have our pod stepdad, Mike McCoy. Podworms promoter, Peter Freeze.
Yeah, I love the pod.
V-neck aficionado, Chase Golka. And fan of the pod, Kevin McCoy.
And that's why I really love what Chase just did there.
Yeah, well,
I really hope that audio gets picked up.
I really hope so too. I don't know if it's loud enough.
It did.
Who do we have? Who do we have introducing us?
I'm the low-hanging fruit, Andrew LeClaire. That sounds more derogatory than I heard.
I love that you have to call yourself that.
Low-hanging fruit. What an appropriate name for you.
That's like a great Instagram name for a twink.
Oh my god!
Is it though?
God!
It looks like Mike's in deep thought. He's like,
I don't understand.
Is it? Oh no. Well, you know what, Mike? Ask your parents. I'm not going to explain it to you on the show.
I never thought we would.
Ask Barb.
Yeah.
I'll ask
just
my
ask
mom.
your mom.
There's only one thing that's off topic, or that's off limits on this show, and it's twinks. I'm not going to go there.
Great.
We have a great show for you today. We are going to get into a new segment that we're so excited about presenting to you here in 2019. I told you it was going to be a big year, and it is. We have Kevin's Meat Minute. Chase had an experience with a package being stolen, and we're going to play another round of Over Under with the gang here today. So stay tuned, get your slide whistles at the ready, and join us along. We'll give you the cue, and you can slide with us. It's a multimedia experience.
Get those tap shoes on.
Instead of put 3D glasses on, it's get your slide whistle out now.
Right, exactly. We'll prepare you with an auditory cue. But before we get into that, I was having a discussion with some coworkers today, and I think I might have a very dark and deadly superpower.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
that's how every comic book hero starts.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Conversation with some coworkers.
Yeah, really.
Bitten by a radioactive coworker.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
So there was first. Let me preface this: is that of the people who listen to this podcast, which I think half of them are my parents, and the other half is Daniel twice.
If you listen to this podcast, you are honorarily Andrew's dad.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
part
that's exactly.
of the family now.
So it's like Olive Garden here.
Hi, Andrew's dad.
You're part of the family. But if you people are listening, these people in this story, if the people in this story are listening, reach out to us here at the podcast. Let's hash this out. But we were having a discussion that there were some guys we used to work with who no longer work with us. And one of them, we had kind of like that classic office banter where we're talking about just random stuff. And we decided that we were talking about IHOP because there's an IHOP down the street from where we work. And we just started joking about it and how IHOP's the best place. Oh, love me some IHOP. And then we're like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we went to IHOP? And it's like, oh yeah, that's so funny. And then we actually decided to go to IHOP. And so it was like, and so we tried to get a whole group of people to go because it was kind of like, oh, this is a big funny joke. And this is when I was fairly new to the company, didn't know anybody that well. And so I was trying to get a little bit of a bigger group to kind of diffuse the direct conversation with somebody else I haven't really gotten to know yet. Right. And so everybody was busy except for me and this guy named Matt and another coworker of mine, Tyler. And so the three of us walked to IHOP, and it was actually a fine lunch. I mean, it wasn't, the food was shit. It's IHOP.
But the atmosphere?
But the atmosphere was also shit. It was very, very busy considering it's an IHOP at noon.
How about the decor?
I'm also going to have to unfortunately say it was also shit.
Yeah, okay.
It was one of the most cramped IHOPs I've ever been into.
How are the bathrooms?
Didn't have a chance to use it, actually.
Interesting.
But
Customer service?
Customer service was probably fine. If I remember correctly, it was fine.
Good.
But the conversation with everybody at the table was fine. It was pleasant. We had a nice time. But what happened is that this joke, quote unquote joke, kind of continued into the future weeks where Matt, my coworker that I went to lunch with, he wanted to make this thing called Fry Hop, where every Friday we'd get a group together and go to IHOP. And it was one of those things where I couldn't tell if this was a legitimate joke they were all sharing together or if he was serious and wanted this to be a weekly thing. And so I didn't know how to play it. So I played it kind of straight down the middle where I'm like, oh yeah, Fry Hop. That's such a good idea, buddy. And
all I'm hearing right now is I don't think you or your coworkers know what a joke is. Is that right? Because it's like I'm not like, hey, you guys want to hear a joke? All right, get in the car. Let's drive to a location. What a great joke.
This is like a step further than like back in junior high. Like I remember our friend group used to start calling each other bro as a joke, and then it became like actually a part of
just like saying lol.
Saying lol. Like there's these things that I still like catch myself doing that we started as a joke, but they're actually ingrained in me. So it's like a step further where it's like you're actually going to IHOP every Friday.
It's kind of like you're playing IHOP chicken with each other.
Right.
Yeah, right. Like, oh no, I definitely want to go to IHOP.
That's exactly what it was. Because he'd be like, oh yeah, Fry Hop this Friday, right? I'm like, oh hell yeah, man.
You think you love IHOP? I love IHOP. I'd never say no to IHOP.
Oh, no, I'm IHOP's biggest fan. That was the cadence every week. And then we get to Friday, and he's like, so what do you guys want to do for lunch? I'm like, oh man, I got to work over lunch. I got some stuff to do. And so I kept putting this off, but literally every week it would be that kind of thing where I couldn't tell if he's being sincere or if he wanted us to go to IHOP with him. So funny. But one day I got that, the email that I was pretty pleased about after the fact is that he got fired. And
Saved by the bell.
And at first I was like, oh, damn, that kind of sucks. I liked him enough. But I was like, oh, this is great. I never have to address the whole Fry Hop thing. Because if it continued for much longer, there's going to have to be some sort of a, hey, so is this like a thing you actually want to do? Because I don't really like IHOP that much. But similarly, so another guy got hired around the same time as him, a guy named Alex, young sales guy who so A-type. Like he was like this most like revved up, most confident guy you've ever met in your life. And he would like get off a good phone call, not even make the sale, but he'd get off like a positive phone call and start pumping his fist in the air and yelling. And it was like, this is like an office. You can't do that. But he glommed onto me, and I made the mistake of being too friendly. And he was like, I was the guy that asked me to go get lunch with him. And so I became like associated with him, which is not great. And so he like asked me to lunch. And then he would like cover my meal. He'd be like, all right, yeah, you get the next one, bro. And I'm like, okay, sure. So I got a few lunches with him, but I started becoming associated with him, which wasn't the best thing in the world. Similarly, a few weeks later, he got his termination. Oh, shit. And I was like, oh, this is fucking great.
I was hoping he was going to be like, hey, you know what restaurant I really like? Applebee's. We should totally go to Applebee's.
But I think that, it takes 3 to be a pattern, right? This is only 2. But it's seeming like
I don't know.
I might have. I might have the ability to get people fired if I don't want to hang out with them during lunch.
I would feel like if you get tricked into going to IHOP with 2 different people and they both get fired, I'm already ready to call that a pattern.
Wait, no, you guys didn't actually go to IHOP with the second guy? Okay.
No. I only went to IHOP that one fateful time. And I plan to never go back.
That sales guy might have been fired for, I don't know, yelling and pumping his fist in the middle of the office.
Yeah. Okay. That might have been it. That's possible. Okay. So on the topic of food, we have a very, very exciting new bit. We tested this out between last year and this year with a focus group. They really loved it. This is a huge, very exciting moment. We have a theme song and everything. This is Kevin's Meat minute.
I feel like the title of every segment we have has the word minute in it somewhere.
I mean, Kevin's Meat Minute.
Yeah.
How good does that sound?
It's very good title.
I see the t-shirts already.
Yeah, it really is great. I'm glad that you stopped doing it, in your room privately, and then you decided to bring it out. Your Meat Minute for
People
us
need to experience
enjoy.
the
Yeah,
Meat
for everybody.
Bring it to the space fans.
Yeah.
Okay, so this Christmas I got sicker than I've been in like 5 years.
Ooh.
And like had like stomach flu and stuff. It starts low, but it gets higher. Anyways, like on the third day,
Where's the meat coming in?
This is a funny story.
Oh, good.
I on December 27th, I'm tired and in literally like just like gym shorts and like a t-shirt, and my hair is all crazy because I have not been out of bed for 4 days. And someone comes to my door and knocks on it, and I am just exhausted as hell. I think it's maybe Mike. I answer the door, and it's this guy. It's like, hey, you want to buy some steaks?
Whoa.
And
That's very forward.
And I'm like, what? And he's like, it's $4 steaks, they're really good steaks. And I'm like, that's actually a pretty good price for a steak.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah. He's like, I got some stuff in the truck. I'll come show you what it is. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind buying a couple $4 steaks.
Sure.
Like, that's a pretty good price for a steak.
Can't say no to a good deal.
I can at least look at him. I mean,
He comes in with this fucking box and he like pulls it out. There's 6 different sleeves in it, all these different kind of steak cuts. And and each one has like 10 pieces of steak in it. And I'm like, uh-oh, this is in a box. It's all together. He's going to want me to buy the whole thing. This is not going to be cheap. And he like, I'm so tired and so out of it that I'm just like, I really don't even know what's happening. And he comes in with this box, and it's like, he shows me it on, like, he talks about all the different cuts, where they come from, all this stuff. Like, these are good for a year. Like, they'll last in your freezer. Pull them out, great steaks every time. He shows me the box. That box is worth $500. He's like, if you buy right now, I'll sell it to you for $350. And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, okay, man. If you buy it, I'll throw in a second one for free.
Whoa. That is a high stakes negotiation.
And so I'm like,
it's a pretty good deal.
I'm like, that is a lot. Like, that is the amount of steaks that I will eat this year.
Yeah.
And it will last all year, and I won't need to go to the store for steaks.
Wow. Did you buy it?
But I'm like, holy crap! I don't even have room in my freezer. We open it, and it's like full of all this vacuum sealed chicken breast that I've done. And he's like, okay, if you don't have to buy anything unless I can fit all of this in your freezer.
What? God.
So this guy brings in a second box of steaks, opens it up, opens up my freezer, removes all the chicken, resorts everything. Honestly, my freezer has never been so organized as it is right now.
This is the guy's thing. He practices this.
He fits literally 2 boxes full of 6 different cuts of steak into my freezer, along with just like an exorbitant amount of chicken breast that I have. I end up spending like with tax, and apparently you tip this thing. I didn't know that was coming. I spent $400.
And the tip was for reorganizing your freezer.
Oh my
absolutely.
God. So I have a ton of steaks. I've had probably 6 or 7 now, and they're great steaks.
That is so fucking funny. I didn't know the details of what happened when he came into your house. He just came to my side, and I was like, nah, but maybe the guy next door will like it. And then Kevin sends me a picture of his freezer full of so much steak.
There is like, I'm not even joking. There is like 3 levels of steak. Like there's front, back, middle, back, but then there's bottom, middle, top. Like there's like so many steaks.
Kevin sent you a picture like, think I bought the guy out. Too bad you can't get any.
He was like, check out this fucking sweet deal I got.
Yeah,
He came to my house first.
when you look at the price per steak,
You're not getting any of this.
Oh, dang, dude.
When you look at the price per steak, it is a really damn good
That's
deal.
a really good deal.
However, I did not expect to randomly spend $400 on steak.
What was the tip?
I tipped him $20.
That's
He spent.
he reorganized
It was
your
three
freezer.
after tax and everything. It was 380, and I was like, I'm not spending a dime over 400. So I was like, I don't care like what 20% of this is. I'm not gonna figure it out. You're getting $20.
Yeah.
How much time did he spend reorganizing your freezer?
Dude, it was this whole ordeal lasted probably 20 minutes. As I'm like
that's
sitting
quick.
there, I'm sitting there, I'm feeling sick, and I just want to go back to sleep because he like woke me up by knocking on the door.
Wow.
And then he got out of my house, and I'm like, that's a weird thing. And I was like, I don't know if I would have done this had I been more coherent. But also, this is going to make me try new kinds of steak that I haven't tried before because I generally get just one kind and stick with it. So I've got lots of different steak. If you want a steak dinner, show up at my place.
I literally was like sitting at my house playing Red Dead. The guy comes to my door and I say the thing, the guy next door might like it. And then I sit there by the window as I'm playing and I keep looking back and I'm like, that truck is still here.
I think he knew that I was like a mark. Cause he was like talking about my car. He's like, oh, you got a nice car. You probably want some steak.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That's
Wait, then why did he go talk to Mike?
Yeah.
But so wait, do you know exactly how many there actually were?
I could find out. I don't know.
It was like $800 worth.
Yeah.
You said they're $4
No,
each.
I got a really good deal on it.
If I
No, you don't understand.
2 boxes full.
if I had paid market price, that would have been $1,000 in steak.
Definitely.
I don't know. I kind of like just was like, this is a learning moment for me. I'm going back to bed. and that's what I
But
did.
I mean, kudos to that guy.
Yeah, really though.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Which leads directly into my second meat story.
Yeah, we should have called this the meat 2 minutes.
So I have plenty of chicken breast and plenty of steak, but I was looking for some ham slices when I was at the grocery store.
You just need it all, don't you?
All I wanted was a ham sandwich. And you know, like they sell like half-pound pre-sliced ham.
Oh, yeah.
For a package, and a package of that is $6, right? And I was walking through the grocery store, happened by this one bin, and the full like ham butt, like 11 pounds of ham thing was on sale.
Oh my God.
Kevin, you need a problem. Keeper. I hope you have like an accountant.
This is bad, but let me tell you. Let me tell you how the math works out here.
Oh yeah.
This was 11 pounds of ham.
Oh my!
For $11.
Get your slide whistles ready.
Like, I'm not even like, so instead of $6, I spent nearly double that, $11, but I literally got 22 times as much ham. And I was like, how is this possible? Like, I was texting Mike. I was like, we should start a meat packing business. Because we could pack ham.
Just go to door.
Like, Kevin's literally sending pictures to Julia and I being like, you gotta check out this deal. And Julia's like, I can't tell if this is real or not. And Kevin's like, I don't know either.
Yeah, well, because I after I bought the ham at Albertsons, I went to Fred Meyer and there was a better deal. It's normally like $3.30 a pound. It was 70 cents a pound, which means it's like over 80% off.
Yeah.
Did you plan to go? Wait, did you go to Albertsons, see a deal on ham, buy the ham, and then in your head you were like, okay, today is the day where I go find all the ham.
Yeah.
No, I just happened to take a separate trip. Like, ham is on sale right now, guys. And honestly,
It's the
I don't
time
know.
to buy.
I don't know if this will be true by the time the podcast comes out. But geez, like I could not. Like, it's literally like over 80% off, and like for literally like for the amount of ham that I needed, I got literally,
which was for one sandwich.
yeah. No, it was gonna a half a pound of ham is more than one sandwich. Unless you're like
You would
being
know,
greedy.
Kevin.
Yeah, we're aware. We're aware. You know, has it crossed your mind that they're trying to offload this ham because some bad ham news is about to
It
come
was
down?
good till February, like the end of February.
Like there's a swine flu epidemic in whatever country this is from, and then
This is my favorite part of the story is the
You should have cut it up and sold it back to that guy.
is the how Kevin comes over and he's talking about how he's getting these great deals on ham and he's getting so much fucking ham for such a low price. He's like, and it's good till February. So if you guys want ham, we can have ham. And then like out of curiosity, I was like looking up like how long does ham stay good? And I found an article that was like, okay, ham when it's sealed will stay good unopened until the sell by date. Ham that's sealed and then opened will stay good for 3 to 5 days.
Yeah.
Better start eating.
and I would assume the irony in that is that you opened your ham and then had no freezer to put it in.
Yeah, really though.
no, I mean I put it in Ziploc bags. It's in the fridge right now. It'll last for since I opened it 2 days ago. I've got 3 more days.
On the end, you got 3 more days to swallow all that ham.
But to be clear, I've already had at least 3 times one packet. So that means I've already saved at least $6.
Are you
So however much ham I have in the next 3 days, it's all pure profit.
Did you?
even if
Look how much money I'm fucking making right now.
This money tastes so good.
Not to mention all the ham.
dude, he should be paying me to eat ham. I'm making such good deals going on.
Kevin, you need to take a break because you got a bunch of steak you need to fucking eat.
Dude, that stuff lasts for a year.
Wait, so to clarify, did you buy the Safeway ham and the Fred Meyer ham?
No.
Oh, I thought you bought both.
No. I bought a ham for $11,
What?
which is a great deal. But then I went to Fred Meyer and found the same thing for $8, which is crazy.
So you didn't decide to buy that and attempt to return it to Albertsons? Say, I got a better deal. Take your shitty ham back.
It is so
I've already
crazy.
opened it. It's good for another month or 2.
Like
Was your ham purchasing before or after you bought all the steak in the world?
this was the ham purchasing was after the steak.
Kevin, you are dangerously close to becoming a fridge in the garage guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
really
shit.
though. Or
You're-
freezer.
That's
you're
a
about to
real
be
concern.
Freezer in the garage.
Yeah, you're about to be second fridge, second freezer
You need
guy.
a deep
At,
freezer.
at this rate, yeah, you're gonna have one of the horizontal freezers and a fridge in the garage.
Yeah,
I don't need to buy meat for a long time.
I mean, but here you.
No, you don't understand.
Well, here's what I'm thinking.
All right.
I think you don't think
Good to go.
You don't think you're gonna become a meat guy, but this is just your first taste. You kind of felt the high, and you're like, oh yeah, I can stop buying bulk meat whatever I want. But you're gonna go to Costco. And you're like, oh wow, this is a goddamn good deal on chicken thighs.
Yeah.
He's not going to go to Costco. A truck is going to pull up in his driveway. How about 4 boxes this
Oh my
time?
God.
I got a freezer.
I'm gonna get a fucking mustache and a hat. I'm gonna go find some meat, and I'm gonna drive up to your house and sell you all of it.
Yeah, you want to bet $10 that guy's gonna come back in 1 year.
Yeah. No, 6 months.
I'll probably say no next year unless I like really change my mind.
You just wait till you take that last bite of steak and you're all out.
You know, honestly
man.
though,
My freezer is pretty empty.
What if?
Imagine if December 27th this year, I open up like the freezer, have my very last steak of all of the 2 boxes of steak, and right when I finish eating it, knock, knock, knock. Yeah. If that's the case, I'm gonna fucking buy 2 more boxes because that is serendipitous. I mean, and clearly I already bought the amount of meat I need.
What if he bugged the steak where he put a little sensor underneath the last one and he knew while he's cleaning it out?
It's like, oh no, I do this all the time. I reorganize people's freezers. Puts his little sensor.
Him doing this creepily, like each steak has a little sensor on it, so when he's eating it, he's like, "Oh, that's another one, Kevin." We're a big boy today.
Cut to him in a room with several monitors and all of his different customers.
That's 2 in one day, Kevin.
Rachel. And Kevin's working his way through the steak. Well, maybe be sure to see him on the 27th.
The most sinister.
Schedule him for the 27th again.
Hey, I mean, if you want to
Things
come,
are working out perfectly for me, Randall.
these fucking deals are coming straight to me. I'm not leaving the house, and I'm getting ridiculous deals on meat.
You were actually the perfect customer for it because you were so sick that you could not leave the house. And the guy came to you with all the steak in the world.
I like the idea that on the 27th, next December 27th, he comes rolling up to the driveway. Mike's by his window looking out like, oh, he's going to come to me. He's going straight to Kevin. And then it's just single tear rolls down Mike's cheek.
I want steak.
I only got 2 boxes left, and I know who wants them.
It just would have been nice to be asked, but I changed my mind.
Kevin, was that the end of Kevin's meat minute?
Is there any more meat stories? I have a third meat story.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh,
Give us meat 3 minutes. Am I right?
You're right, Mike. You're right.
This is
Yeah, your 3 minutes are almost up. So keep going.
so today for lunch, I decided to have a steak. Believe it or not.
Good choice.
Oh wow.
I cooked it in a sous vide. This is like a water bath.
Oh wow.
That cooks it to the
fancy.
I like.
Did you
it.
add a bath bomb?
No.
Yeah, it's like a steak bath bomb.
Did you put
exactly
bath
what it
salts?
is.
It's got. You should see it. You should see this thing. It's a bin of water that I've put like 3 layers of ping pong balls over, so that when the air evaporates, it sticks on the ping pong ball and drips back in, so I don't have to refill it.
I saw the ping pong balls. I was like, what is going on?
So it's like, I mean, it's science.
Wait, is this homemade?
He's in deep.
Wait, is this homemade sous vide?
He's in deep.
No, it's not. I bought a sous vide, but I bought a sous vide. I didn't make a sous vide.
Oh,
But
how much?
he
I'm
made it
actually
easier so he
how
didn't
much
have
was
to
it?
keep refilling the water.
It was $200.
Oh, okay. So that's
It's
Kevin's now $600 into the meat.
you can get cheaper sous vides, but
Yeah.
like
But this is not such a good deal.
the sous vide guy came to his house.
it was right after the meat guy too. It was really weird.
so I
Can't say no to a good deal.
It looked really similar, but this guy had a mustache. So.
let me tell you, when I buy kitchen appliances, it is not a deal. This was this is where all the money that I save goes right back into poor choices of kitchen appliances.
Oh, that's where all your ham profit went.
No, so literally the
God.
reason I bought the one that I have is because I work from home and it's extra quiet. So like there's other ones that are like way cheaper, but they're loud. But since I work at home, I just wanted it to be like literally a silent meat cooker.
Sure.
It's great though. Perfect meat perfect steak every time. Like, and actually, I think the best selling point is like if you want a juicy, perfectly cooked chicken breast, that's like fucking impossible within.
It's hard, yeah.
Yeah, unless you are using a sous vide, which it's like I don't even have to pay attention and it's perfect every time. So that's why I like it. So
Oh, you're in the fucking pocket of big sous vide.
You're actually kind of selling me on it.
Yeah.
And I have a cast iron.
come over. I will cook,
I'm in.
you salmon.
Yes.
Right? All I will do is I will buy salmon from Whole Food, do nothing to it, put in the sous vide, not even pay attention to it, pull it out, and it's literally the best salmon you've ever had.
Why buy salmon from Whole Foods when you know the salmon guy's going to come see you soon?
I'm waiting for him.
So this may be a little bit forward thinking here, but for this summer, grill and bacon sous vide.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
bacon and sous vide.
Join us at Blythe Park.
2019.
Join us, the rat, and all the fans.
And all the steak that Kevin has left in his freezer.
Dude, I could fucking throw a barbecue and everybody would be
If
happy.
you're looking for a good
my
deal,
Lord.
guys, come on down to Blythe Park at the Podworms Grill and Bacon Sous Vide. 2019.
Steaks, and more steaks.
And probably some ham.
And some ham. It's gonna be
some
gonna
ham.
be
Really
spoiled
great
ham,
deals
but it's
on
gonna
ham.
be good.
And I mean, if you're lucky, Kevin's going to throw in a salmon.
Okay, so you're having the steak for lunch and your sous vide.
right.
So I pull the sous vide, or I pull the steak out of the sous vide because it's done. And what you'd have to do is cut it out of the vacuum sealed bag to get it out. And I like to cut it over the sink, let it let the juices dribble out and then put it on the plate so that it's not like a watery mess. Because it's cooking in its own juices. It's so good. I cut it.
You just Donald Trump all over that.
just you're gonna love the Donald Trump
so
steaks.
good. Nobody makes steaks better than me.
Yeah, were they Trump steaks? Did you buy Trump steaks?
It's like,
Oh my god! What if they were?
Did you buy?
You're gonna get such a deal with my steaks.
Did you buy $400 worth of fucking Trump steaks?
Out of the deal.
no, that did not happen. Yeah, it was a Troom Pay. No, I'm just kidding. No. So I put the meat on my plate, and then there's still a little extra juice. So I like put my fork on the meat and attach it to the plate and just tilt the plate over so all the juice will fall off, so I can just go eat my meal and be done with it. But I actually held it wrong, and the steak, after I've been cooking it for the last 2 hours, slipped off the plate. And like landed in my like dirty ass sink. And I sat there for a second. I was like, fuck this. I'm still hungry. And I don't want to cook another thing and wait another 2 hours. So I take the steak and I run it under water for a while.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, that's fine, but now it's cold. It's cold meat.
No.
So I take it and I put it in the microwave.
Oh my god!
This fully
You guys
perfectly-
got to try the sous vide meat. It's the best. You got to wash it off and put it in the microwave.
and this meat rejects everything that's happening in the microwave.
Oh, no.
Like it just like it was like a flat steak, but it like shrivels up into this ball of meat.
Oh god!
And I'm like, this isn't looking good. Like, and like there's like some copious amounts of juice dripping out of it as it's in the microwave.
Can I
Oh no!
pause you? Because Kevin, throughout the history of the Podworm Spacecast, there's been many a moment where you've called me out for being a dumbass and not doing the obvious thing.
What's the
Why
obvious
not
thing?
just heat up a pan on the oven and get a nice sear on it and also heat it up?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get it all the way through that way.
But it's not. You didn't cool it off all the way. You just cooled off the exterior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the middle, it's still gonna be hot.
Maybe. You're probably right.
Might be onto something.
You're probably right.
Microwave pretty good too.
Or wait, hold on. Is this before or after you bought the ham?
This is after. This was this morning.
You could have had ham.
Well, I'm not going to throw away a steak. Think about all the money I'd be just throwing out the window.
He spent $4 on that steak. How dare you?
I could have had 6 pounds of ham for lunch if I wanted to, but I chose to wash off this steak and put it in the microwave.
I like that you can use that as like a thing to lord over people. It's like, look, I could have 6 pounds of ham right now. All right? And I just might. So don't piss me off.
You keep pushing me like this.
I got 6 pounds of ham. I got 10 pounds of steak back home in my fridge.
Guess how much both of those were? Huh?
Yeah, $408.
That's called pure profit.
That is pure profit.
I sent Mike and Julia a picture of me holding a slice of ham that's literally like 6 inches by 7 inches by 2 inches thick, and that's like 1/4 of the amount of ham that I have. And I just took a bite out of it and like sent the photo of that and was like, this could be you.
Oh my god! My other favorite part about these stories is that you document it for Mike and Julia. You said like every moment of this whole thing. To them.
You're acting as if Mike has not just set
Can
up
I
cameras
please?
in your house already.
And secondly, can I please get in on this group chat? Because I want the updates too.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll add you.
Okay, well, folks, I wasn't lying when I said Kevin's Meat Minute was going to be the big breakout star of 2019.
What we need, I'm going to give you the finale.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Microwaved, water washed off steak.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Oh, great.
There you have it.
Happy ending.
It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh man.
All right. Before we get into our over-under segment and close out the episode, Chase experienced a little bit of package theft.
Yeah. Before I start, have any of you ever experienced this?
I
Package
haven't.
theft?
But I'm paranoid about it and kind of surprised it's never happened.
Have you ever worried that you're
What
going
kind
to
of
order
pet?
something and kind of forget about it and then it gets stolen and then you don't even remember that you were supposed to receive it because it got stolen?
That seems like a hard thing to worry about.
Yeah. Okay. So I ordered this sweatshirt.
All the time.
Yeah. I ordered this sweatshirt from the UK from one of my favorite record labels because that's where they are from. And I ordered it early December. And then all of a sudden I got an email that was like, hey, do you want to review your order? And I was like, wait a second, I never received this. And also the tracking number I use is just this royal tracking number. So whenever I go look it up, it's like, oh, you can't track it at this time because I didn't pay for extra tracking apparently. So I don't get tracking in the US once it comes here. And they don't have, they weren't able to give me that number yet. I guess they're going to try to, but I really wanted this sweatshirt. And then yesterday I was walking home from work just on the sidewalk over here. And I see this like scraggly kind of looking, maybe homeless, but like not too bad, but like scraggly looking like old man with like a jacket, and under it, he's wearing my fucking sweatshirt. And I was like, it was, I could totally see it. And I was like, there's no way this guy likes dubstep, first of all. Second of all, that's my fucking, like, there's no way. And also, pretty bold to be walking around the place where you stole wearing that.
He's
thing.
showing off.
Yeah. And I like stopped and I like did a double take and I was like, what? And I was like, that motherfucker. And then I started like following him, and then I was like, wait a second, what are you gonna do if you stop this guy?
Where does this go?
In my head, I was like, hey man, I like that sweatshirt. Where'd you get it? But like, I was like, no,
Why
I'm not gonna.
You should have done that.
I didn't have time, and he was like crossing the street and shit, and then, but like I couldn't. And I thought like even if he was like, okay, here, I wouldn't have wanted it at that point.
Here's an idea.
Yeah.
For $8, you can go to Fred Meyer,
Get some ham.
Dude,
get 11 pounds of ham, and be like, "Look, dude, I'll trade you."
I could probably go to Fred Meyer and buy 2 sweatshirts for $8 and just give them to him. But yeah, so now I don't really know what to do. I don't think I'm going to tell the company that I saw that, or anybody really.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell the
No.
company.
Yeah, and don't tell the company about this podcast.
But I keep emailing them and they haven't gotten back to me. So we'll see, what happens.
But you should be able to have some repercussion with
That's kinda what I
the
figured.
delivery.
Have
people.
you considered getting another package ordered here, but then putting some type of humane trap
Cage
out for him,
for his hand,
A humane trap.
Well,
and then taking him to Blythe Park?
setting him free.
well, here's the
while
thing.
playing Bullet with butterfly wings?
To advocate for the guy, you know how there's kind of that thing where if someone leaves something in your house for like 2 months, it's kind of yours at that point.
Right.
Well, in his defense, his place is kind of outside
Everywhere.
and the package was left there for God knows how long.
Yeah.
He may have kept passing by. He's like, well, obviously, I mean, it's been here for a few weeks. It's kind of mine now.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that kind of within his own his
No,
rights?
because it definitely, I never got it. And I'm kind of wondering who it got to in America and delivered it. Because like some people can get inside, like Amazon, like the postal service, but like FedEx can't get inside, but there was no note. So I really don't know what happened. But I was also thinking if I'm like, if they weren't able to get inside and someone just left it outside, like what the fuck, like I should be able to get something from them, but I don't know who it was. So
Well, yeah, you should email them
We'll have to
and
figure it out.
update us.
Tweet at him. Tweet at him. Twitter will solve your problem.
After 3 days of emailing them in a row and getting no response, I finally reviewed my sweatshirt 1 star.
Yeah.
And I said, I did
That
not get
sounds
the
about right.
sweatshirt.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Did you try calling the police?
No, I didn't.
The local authorities.
You won't believe what just happened, officer.
Officer, you are not going to believe this.
Arrest this man. There's no way he likes dubstep.
Dubstep Larry? We can't arrest Dubstep
Oh no, he
Larry.
loves that stuff.
That dude loves dubstep, and we love him.
He's actually British.
Every cent he's got goes straight to UK.
Yeah.
All right. Let's close out the show with a segment we did a few episodes ago with our smaller crew called Over Under. Got a few topics here, and we'll give our opinions and decide if these things are overrated or underrated. All right. First thing we got here, we got craft beer. Craft beer. Do you guys think craft beer is overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
Ooh, that's tough.
It's tough, actually.
I feel like I'm going to say it's rated perfectly. And because I don't want to
have an opinion?
Snark on on craft beer. I'm going to say it's underrated.
Well, I mean, where would you think it's rated? Because I think it gets kind of pretty hyped up, and I've never had a craft beer. I was like, oh wow, blown away.
You know, the thing is though about craft beers, it also gets shit on a lot. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, you drinking your craft beer, whatever." Like you know, you've seen all those like Bud Light commercials where they're hating on craft beer for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, but also what gets shit on more than anything is a Bud Light.
It's true.
That's true.
Yeah, but they're getting shit on all the way to the bank.
That's actually a good point. Maybe Bud Light's just making that up. It's trying to start a war that doesn't exist.
It's tough because I don't necessarily think it's underrated, but what I do think is overrated is like there's like a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, I love this fucking hoppy shit. It's super hoppy. Oh, this IPA is super. There's a little bit of that. There's like, oh, give me those hops, and I'm like, at a certain point, you're like, it doesn't taste like anything, but just like terrible in your mouth. Yeah. You're like, yeah, it's fucking hoppy, and that's what I like. What I like my beer is a fucking hop. It's gonna hop me up. I'm gonna hop, and we're gonna hop around. It's fucking hoppy.
I love how the argument for that is like, there's more of it though in this one than in that one.
Yeah, that I don't care about.
It's better. There is a group of people out there that like to make you feel inferior for not liking the obviously disgusting thing that they like. Where it's like, oh yeah, take black coffee and then make it blacker, and that's how I like my coffee.
And you're like, how? That's not even
you're
possible.
Like, oh, that's disgusting.
I don't even brew it. I just take shovel all those grounds into my mouth.
That's coffee bean. That's myself.
That's a person I imagine who likes the 99% cacao dark chocolate. I was doing keto last year, which you can't really have carbs on, and so therefore you can't have chocolate. But dark chocolate is much lower in carbs. It's lower in sugar in general.
The darker the chocolate, the lower the carb.
Right, exactly. And I'm like, oh man, this is fucking genius. I mean, I love dark chocolate, and darker chocolate I typically like as well. And so I see that like Lindt or something makes a dark chocolate, and they make super high percent cacao.
Yeah.
And so I grab the 98% because I'm like, oh shit, this is zero net carbs. I can have this whole fucking thing. This is great.
I can eat this all day.
I've never purchased something and put it in my body that tasted like actual dirt more than that. It was the most flavorless, disgusting chocolate. And so we gave it to Emily's mom because she said that she could use it in her coffee or something and it would be great. And even she said it was absolutely disgusting. So I can only imagine there's someone out there, those guys like to look down upon everybody else. Like, oh yeah, 98%, bump that up about another 2% and then come back to me.
Yeah. It's what coal addicts use to get off of this stuff.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Like, I'm addicted to eating coal. Well, now I'm weaning off to 98% cacao.
That's pretty damn close.
What craft beer reminds me of is the very first time that Andrew and Peter and I, after we turned 21, Andrew was you're living at your dad's place up in Lake Stevens.
Razzles.
And we decided to go to like near his house, like within walking distance.
The local sports bar.
There were a couple bars, and one of them was a sports bar, and we walked in having no clue, like, do we seat ourselves? Is someone like we're just like little pubescent children that were 21. And we sit down, and the waitress comes up, and Andrew, Andrew,
she says, "What do you guys want to have?
Yeah, what do you guys want to drink?" And Andrew goes, "Can I have craft beer?"
No. Did I get that wrong? No, you guys. Sorry, I want to correct you.
It's close.
She goes up to Andrew. He's like, "So guys, we have these beers on the menu, but we also have our draft beer."
Oh,
and Andrew's like, "Yeah, I'll have one draft beer, please."
Nice.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Which would have been some delicious
and she
craft.
was nice. She decided, she was like, "Oh well." Actually.
Yeah, but we walked in and stood at the front door like it was an Applebee's, and they were gonna see us.
God, wait, we should have just gone to Applebee's.
Because it wasn't our 21 run, but it was like the first time that we were all hanging out, like that we were all 21 at the same time, and we go fucking walking around Lake Stevens.
Yes,
one
draft beer, please.
One draft beer, please.
All right, so next over under smartwatches.
Oh shit!
This is inspired. This is inspired by our own Chase Golka, who received one for Christmas.
Yeah, I got one from my parents, and I always thought that they were kind of a joke, and I was like, what am I going to do on this that I can't do on my phone? But now that I have one and I didn't actually pay for it, I'm trying to see if it's going to work out. So,
have you gotten it wet yet? Have you put any water on it at all?
I haven't. No, I mean actually,
it's a good question.
it's actually kind of cool. I mean, I know how to get rid of it.
Because
you stop right now. It's a good question.
If you slide like down on it, there's
Yeah.
gonna be a water drop.
Yeah.
It vibrates out the water.
Yeah, it's really cool. I did that before I got it wet because I wanted to know what it did, and then it was like, and like I was like, whoa, cool.
It vibrates out the water if you get it wet.
Yeah, it's
All
pretty
right.
dope.
These things are underrated.
Case closed.
There's not a rating high enough for that.
Chase, I feel like you're the best person to give a rating on this.
I think they're overrated. I'm sorry, mom and dad.
Okay, without
It was
having
really nice
one,
of them.
that's how I feel.
But
I feel like overrated.
I haven't had it for that long, so I'm gonna keep trying it out. But so far, I don't really use it for anything.
But I mean,
It's just on my wrist, and I'm like, just look at it, and I'm like, oh wow, that's a really pretty screen.
can you text
look
on
at my
it?
apps? All my apps are on there.
Chase,
That's cool.
Is there a keyboard for it? Can you text on it?
So you can.
Is there an attachable keyboard?
Like a peripheral?
Yeah, folds out. Oh yeah, no. There's a keyboard, Andrew. You just pull out your phone.
It's so nice to have this Apple Watch because it comes with the keyboard.
I see my texting come on my wrist. Just pull out my phone.
Like that's how
Go
I
to
feel.
messages.
This is how I feel about smartwatches. It feels like a quick preview of what you're about to see on your phone in 2 seconds. It's like ahead of time. You're like, you look at your watch and you're like, oh, I'm going to see this on my phone real soon. And there it is.
That's really what it is. But it looks great.
I almost am like realizing I should just buy one that is like off of eBay that's just dead, just to have to go around to make it look like I'm a person that owns that just owns an Apple
to
Watch.
make it look like you're a person who could afford some steaks.
Yeah, to make it look like I'm a person that can fill my fucking freezer with steaks.
I like the idea that Mike starts living this fake lifestyle and keeps walking outside the office of the steak vendor, like just trying to like. He's got like a feathered cap on.
I've got a broken Bluetooth and a broken like a headset on my phone.
A wrist full of different smartwatches.
You're just having a fake conversation on the phone. Yeah, I've got like an extra $400 to spend, honey.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the freezer's empty. Yeah, it's really empty.
Wait, how much is a sale? $1 million? No. We'll sell for much more than that. $3 million. It's not worth my time at $2 million.
yeah.
Just try and get them to.
Well, you tell Mr. Trump to call me back when he's ready to spend some money.
yeah.
And that his steaks are terrible, and I would love to try any competitors.
Because I'm very wealthy.
I'm very, very wealthy. The man can't just own 8 smartwatches if he's not very wealthy. Have 8 smartwatches.
You connect them all for one big screen. They're all one big screen now. Custom made. You know, that's
I watched
the thing.
Moana on it.
You know, it's true. I do feel more respected now that I have one.
Oh,
just a lot more respect
I
coming from
respect you
everyone
less,
in
which is
general.
ironic.
RESPECT.
All right, we got 2 more here. Socks for Christmas.
Love them.
Is that overrated, underrated?
Underrated.
Underrated,
That is
for
the
sure.
fucking best.
Exactly.
I think it started out and like if you could chart the rating as you're like from your perception as a child as you get older into adulthood, it's definitely kind of like
It's exponential.
it's exponential. Yeah,
I think it's either exponential or it's directly correlated with your age.
yeah.
okay.
Because I think like when you're young, it's not great, but as you get older, it gets better and better and better.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit, I can get rid of all my whole socks for another year. All the ones that have like little tiny holes in them or bigger holes. But it's like the only time I ever get new socks is pretty much at Christmas.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And they're generally
Reload.
like nice, like Argyle socks.
Yeah,
You know,
reload.
like, nobody just gives you fucking like gym socks for Christmas.
Actually,
some ankle
no,
socks.
no.
Unless they're good ones.
No, my dad gives us 2 packs of really nice gym socks. They're fucking the best. Like these ones, they breathe, you know.
Oh,
They're
those
really
are
comfy.
nice. Those are not tube socks. Those
Puma
are
ones?
like
yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, not those ones, not tube socks. Yeah,
I can literally see your feet breathing.
I know. If you listen close enough.
So let me get this straight. Of the gifts you got from your parents this Christmas, between the socks and the watch, you're liking the socks a little bit more.
God, it's unfortunately true.
Now,
actually,
if Apple were to roll out some type of smart sock, would you be interested?
I would be all about it.
Or even just a sock for your watch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A sock watch?
Yes.
Wait, what if
watch sock?
What if the smart socks vibrated when your foot got sweaty?
no. You just rub your finger along and all the water water vibrates out.
Constantly vibrating songs.
You know what? My feet are never wet.
Well, they're clean.
Thanks, Apple.
They're dry. All right. And how about 2-ply toilet paper? Like
That is definitely not overrated.
like the
underrated.
like Charmin brand.
yeah, it's underrated. If anything.
I can't imagine anybody hating on
Yeah.
2-ply toilet paper.
I don't hate on it. I don't need it. That's how I feel.
Whoa. You can use single
Who
ply?
the fuck are you, huh? Mr. Magic Asshole?
Magic.
That's what they call me.
That's a sequel to Magic Mike.
Magic asshole.
Dude, I feel
Magic
like,
asshole XXL.
That's why Mike doesn't need it. It's just an open hole.
I mean, that almost has to be the title of this episode.
I feel like every 1-ply toilet paper I've ever used is like recycled newspaper.
Yeah, it's awful.
Like it is not comfortable.
Yeah.
You have
like-
to get a wad of it in your hand to just even do anything.
And it still like dissipates like it's like
Yeah.
a spider web.
It's like dust. It's like a fucking Kansas song. It's dust in the wind.
It's terrible, terrible stuff.
Well, you guys,
Explain
you
yourself.
just take, like four little tiles and you fold it up and then it becomes 4-ply just like that.
Do you like having a scratchy
you just
asshole,
do
Mike?
so you make one single square that you wipe with?
Yeah.
Well-
and with great success.
That's value.
High success rate. My butthole is clean as a whistle.
I'm sold.
To be fair, Mike, I don't think the guy who stretches out one square of 1-ply toilet paper is the kind of guy that's in the market for $400 a steak.
Are you saying that I need to not only get a broken Apple Watch, 8 of them, I need to start getting Charmin?
I think so. I think so.
50-ply
And you have
paper.
to place the trash like such that it's kind of peeking out from the top of your trash can. It's like, oh wow, Charmin. Okay, very nice.
It's crazy. When you start using it, your farts start saying thank you.
What you need to go a step beyond Charmin. You need to just get silk handkerchiefs and each time just throw them out.
And have like a linen basket that you
they're-
toss them into.
They're all embroidered with each one's embroidered with your initials.
Well, people who actually have those silk handkerchiefs, like they blow their nose and then put it back in their pocket. What if you just had silk toilet paper?
You put it right back.
You wipe your ass and put it back in your pocket.
Just straight up $100
Well,
bills.
to be fair, I use the wet wipes, whatever.
Oh,
Wet wipes are good.
little Mikey.
Yeah, I use those as like a kind of a follow up to
Poor man's
everything.
bidet.
They're
Does that go in the toilet?
yeah.
Yeah, they
You own-
flushable
you can
ones.
just flush one.
I once I saw these ones.
That's luxury I did not know
oh,
existed.
they're
You should-
fantastic.
you should try it out.
right
Hey,
now.
a guy like you who can afford steaks.
I mean, honestly, that's the one downside of steaks is the shits that you have.
I went to Walmart and they had on sale wet wipes that were called man wipes and they were in a black box.
Oh my God, I've seen those.
And I almost bought it, and then I was like, "Nah, progression for male fragility, I can't get it." So I got the other ones. But I was like, "They're selling to me. They're trying."
Oh, those look like they're for me.
Oh, those are manly ones.
wet wipes.
They're nice manly ones for my little butthole. Nice manly wet wipes, little bidet for my little butthole. Huh?
Honestly, I'm gonna say that man wipes doesn't have an appealing name to it. Like, I assume
Man
that there's
wipes.
like
Yeah.
sawdust chunks applied to it.
Oh, they're covered in pubes, pre-pubed.
You think you're manly?
Pre-pubed.
Man wipes.
They're like they have camo on them.
You know what? We went to some fancy hotel recently, and there was like in the bathroom this is a tangent. There was like you wash your hands, and instead of like paper towels or like an air dryer, they had just a bunch of like perfectly rolled rags, and then you threw the rag into into the linen thing.
Love that.
That's like the best. And I was like, man, if I wasn't so lazy with laundry, that would be great for like when you host people. Be like, look at our fancy little mouth.
You clearly
That is
don't.
nice.
You
Yeah,
clearly
you have
don't
a
go
little
to
dinner
the
party.
You don't go to the salon much, do you?
I don't.
Because they have that in salons.
I gotta like someone has like IBS that comes to your party. They use the bathroom 50 times and like within the first half hour, all of your regs are used.
Yeah, no, you should go to them more.
You know, speaking of spa, I've had two times I've gotten a what's the foot version of the manicure pedicure, and basically I dislike all of it except for when they get the really hot towel out and they put it like over your legs. It's not over your foot, it's over like your ankles kind of, but it's just like it feels so goddamn good.
Yeah.
It makes me want to just like take a nice warm rag and put it over my legs at home. Like, oh yeah, time to relax.
Yeah, it's nice. I'll plug. Plug K and Co Salon in Woodinville, owned and operated by Kelsey Golka, my sister.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
They have the towels, the rolled up towels in the bathroom, Mike, just for you.
Well, yeah. So the reason I was thinking about it, because Julia and I went to this hotel in Leavenworth that ended up being super duper fancy. Like, because we go there every first through the second, and it was like we ended up spending like this is a tangent. We ended up spending.
Thank you.
Another one.
It's important you let me know whenever you go on a
I
tangent.
know you're looking at me like, where's this going? It's a tangent. It's not related. But this is where I saw the towels. But it was like we spent like $100 more per night, or $150 more per night to stay here at this super nice hotel. And we got there not realizing how ridiculously nice it was, because it was basically like a spa / bathhouse. Like the pool was like a salt, like heated pool that you could swim out. And this was like during winter up in the mountains. You can swim out to the outside, and there was like a hot tub, and you're like, there's snow all around you.
Yes.
And there's like every sort of like steam room, eucalyptus, steam room, like essential oils, like every single thing.
I love the steam room with eucalyptus.
Were you able to?
good.
And it had like, so
Wait, sorry, where is this?
up in Leavenworth. It's brand new.
Very nice to know.
And it's worth the money, because you even get like, instead of continental breakfast, you get like seated breakfast for free. And you can order, and then you can order like any espresso. We got like vanilla lattes, and then you also get seated lunch.
What?
And they wait on you for free, like
So
included
this is
in the
like a
cost.
resort.
It was really fucking nice. And
I wanna go.
We got there not realizing, and we're like, Julie and I like went in, kind of took a look around, and then what we usually do is go hit all the bars. Then we came back and we're like, oh, let's go to the pool. Walk down to the pool, and it is like hush hush. Everyone's in there like their towels and
Zen
They
stuff.
got cucumbers on their
Zen
eyes.
music is literally
Zen
playing,
mode, yeah.
and we're like, oh shit, we're not fucking fancy enough for this. And we went into the steam room, and there's like these marble like lounge chairs that you sit in, and we walk in, and there's like 4 people in there, and we sit down. She sits down, and then I sit down next to her, and my back fat make like suction cups to the back of this marble thing. So we like walk in like quietly. We're like, oh, okay. And then we sit down, and I lie back, and it's just and Julia can't handle it. She like immediately gets up, is laughing, and like walks straight out, like so quick. She's up and she's out, and I'm like, at this point, I'm suction cupped to a fucking marble chair, and so I like she was like already out, and I was like, okay, I need to get up, and I had to do like this like pivot to like unsuction without making a reverse like like noise. Yeah, it's like yeah, and so I then I got out, and she was crying, but we are way too fucking fancy for we are not fancy enough for this fucking place. Like this place had like literal nap rooms that you could just go in, that had like
What? Nap rooms?
bed couches with Zen music playing and a view of the mountains, and it was
Holy shit.
like it was crazy.
What are you doing in a place? This should be Kevin's place.
I know. I should have brought my Apple Watch.
Bring in the
Do they have
steaks.
steak?
Yeah, do they have steak on the menu?
Oh my god, no, they didn't. But it was so it was insane. And like our room like had a view of the river and a marble bathtub and the like
Did you get
fireplace.
stuck to that too?
No, I didn't. Yeah, we did.
He
Have
learned his lesson.
We had to call room service, and they had to like they had to get a small paddle and kind of like wedge it between my back. And
Get the jaws of life.
It's like a giant.
Julia's like, I don't know why he tried it, but take a fucking bath after what happened in the steam room.
Just a giant spatula.
Anyway, it was just like way nicer than we were expecting. Because on the drive home, we were like loud and like laughing, and we were like realizing like during our breakfast and our lunch, it was kind of like awkward because we we are literal children, and like being in that environment, we're like so. What was your favorite part of the holiday season? like we were like, and we didn't. It was kind of like we weren't like talking about it necessarily, but it was when we were like leaving that we're like, that was. We couldn't even be us when we were there. Like it was like we had to like be adults for a half second. It was weird. Anyway,
I think that's not true. You know what I say? Be you.
Yeah.
You paid the money. You deserve to be there.
Suction yourself to whatever you can.
I think it'd be different if there was like more people in a group, but it was like literally everyone was so hush hush. Everyone's like walking around in their like post hotel like bathrobes and slippers. The slippers I like fucking wrenched onto my feet because they were way too small. But I didn't have anything else to like walk down there. No. Like there were like people like there was like young like women that were like dressed up to go out. There's nowhere to go out in Leavenworth, especially like really nice, like how dressed they were nice. They were just dressed up to like take Instagram photos there. It was like super nice.
That sounds like our kind of place.
Anyway,
I
that's
think
a pretty long story.
No, that actually reminded me because I think, did you check in at all? Like, did you check in on Instagram or did Julia?
We may have.
I think one of you did because I somehow clicked on it and I saw pictures of people taking pictures there, and they're all taking pictures in the same place, and they're all super dressed up. And I thought to myself, where is this in Leavenworth? I'm not familiar with a place to get this dressed up.
Was it like a super nice like stairwell?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was it.
Okay.
There's like it was the nicest place I've ever stayed at, and it was like we were not anticipating it. It wasn't actually like, I mean, it was a decent chunk of change for a night, but like, especially when you consider that we get like free, really nice breakfast and lunch, like the money kind of makes up for itself in some ways. Plus the pool is like,
and the whole experience.
Nice. It was just crazy.
But I mean, you weren't just at the hotel to have a place to crash. That was your thing to do basically the whole time you were there, pretty much.
Yeah, we realized that next time we should go for like 2 nights because when we go to Leavenworth, we usually just go and like hit the town and go to several different bars or new places that we haven't been to. And
get some brats.
Yeah. And then we got back.
Love that place.
And then we realized that, oh shit, we could like spend a whole day here. It was weird.
Yeah. Leavenworth's kind of tight.
It's super tight.
Hey, well,
Podworms outing.
Shall we all go to the Post Hotel?
We're all in robes.
Dude, I want to like run into that marble room and like just jump and suction my whole body to the side of the wall and just slowly slide down.
And then record an episode in there.
Oh yeah, dude, we've never done an episode in a steam room. Oh,
can that work in a steam room?
If we put the equipment outside of the room and have the wires going in,
we could use an Apple Watch.
We're going to use cheap ass microphones, but other than that, I think it's fine.
We can vacuum seal the equipment and sous vide it essentially.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, if Space fans, if you have a spa recommendation or you want to join us at this year's Grill and Bacon Sous Vide and spa, let us know. pwspacecast@gmail.com. Send us all your pod mail. We'll read it on the pod. I just recently learned we also have a website.
I don't know how that's recent to you.
The address of which is pwspacecast.com.
That's correct.
Yep. Visit us there. See if we're coming to a city near you.
Yeah, check out our tour dates. We're coming around.
Check the tour dates. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're on all of those different things. Hit us up. Make us feel good by liking our posts.
And commenting.
That works too. And
if you follow us and you don't like shit,
shame on you.
What kind of space fan are you?
Also, if you're looking for a good deal, this podcast is free.
Yeah,
that's a huge
true.
profit.
Here's an insider tip. When we all know that squirming by definition is going on Instagram and liking Podwords photos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is what squirming is.
Literally keep squirming, guys.
This is what we're saying at the end of every episode.
Right.
I can't believe people haven't caught on to that yet.
Keep fucking squirming.
And here's the other thing too before we sign off is that 2019 is the year of the worm. If you look at the zodiac calendar, we've had the year of the dragon, the monkey. 2019 is the year of the worm. Hashtag it. Send us hashtag year of the worm.
Year of the worm.
And as part of the year of the worm, I need you guys to share this podcast with all your friends and loved ones. get them addicted to the show that you are already addicted to, the same way that Kevin's addicted to fine meats
And deals.
And help us make this the hashtag Year of the Worm. And until next time, space fans, keep squirming.
Them likes.